Hey guys, welcome back to Crazy Chapel Chaos. I'm Mahaley, a homeschool mom to 4, and this video is part of my Plan With Me for Next School Year series that I'm doing. And this next part is part of what takes the longest, and that's the research part. So stay tuned. So the first part of my planning series, which I'll link that video below, is where I went through and wrote my known things down and my kids' names down and their individual subjects and all that fun stuff on a piece of notebook paper, planned out our read alouds. This part is going to focus on the research for those subjects that I left blank that I'm still debating on, as well as how I plan out our weeks in our school year. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with that. This little thing here, it's going to be going away soon. We're just waiting till after our heart surgery. But I'm going to spin you around and show you what we have going on. Okay, so I printed out this side-by-side view of 2023, 2024 calendars, and I've got my highlighters here. Pink and orange is what I'm going with. So pink we will use for when we're going to be in school. Orange I'm going to use for when we're in break. And I know that my current school year for 2022-2023 is not going to end probably until sometime in June, because I'll be off February and a good chunk of March for the baby being born. So we're going to say that we end at like the middle of June, and then we're going to take a couple weeks off for our summer break. So I'm going to highlight some of my breaks and then show you when we're starting school and go from there. I did want to point out that this is a very rough draft of my plan. It just helps me hound out what I need to be looking for in lessons and stuff a little bit better. We don't go by this exactly. It just gives me a idea to go by. So we will take, whenever we get finished here in June, we'll take the remainder of June off and part of July, and then we'll go ahead and start school. And we'll go through September, the middle of September, and then we'll probably take a week off and go on field trips or do a little vacation. And then we get into this part of the year, which is always really fun for my family, from October to December, because we have a birthday in October, birthday in November, Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas, all that fun stuff. I did push us taking the 16th off in June and some of July off, because I know I have a birthday. I'll have a birthday here too. So we're going to take that, make sure that we take off some good times there to have good birthdays. You'll see in this chunk, I went ahead and had us take off a week in October. Whether or not we'll take that whole week, I don't know yet. That's because we have birthdays that week. I have birthdays and Veterans Day here, Thanksgiving, and then we're going to take off 2 weeks for Christmas. Whether or not we'll take all those days, I don't know. Just depends on how we are feeling and whatnot. So this is our rough part for the part of 2023. So now I'm going to go over and do 2024 so that we can get a rough idea of when we're going to end our school year, as well as when we're going to have spring break and stuff of that nature, because we'll kind of have a more normal school year with no babies being born and all that fun stuff. Okay, so I went ahead and did my 2024 rough plan. Got January and February. We're pretty much going straight through. We're going to take 2 weeks off in March because I know I have a birthday for one kiddo, possibly two. We'll have to see when this baby's going to be born. And then that puts us finishing by mid-May. And that's just where that's our rough draft. Sorry. This is a rough draft and can always be changed. It's just to give myself an idea of what I plan on doing. Some more planning. I printed off some just like free little Venn diagram sheets, and I'm going to kind of use those to compile my comparisons between the curriculums that I'm stuck between on some subjects, and go from there. So while I'm doing that, I'm also going to be printing off our Thanksgiving stuff for this year, as well as our Veterans Day stuff and stuff of that nature. just being extra productive. So I think I have made all my decisions. Now comes the fun part of making sure that it fits in my budget, which I'm going to take you along with as well. I'll show you my real numbers and what I'm working with, because I don't want to go over my budget. So I need to make sure that it fits in my box, and then we will go from there and make adjustments if needed. I ended up on a completely different direction as far as my math went than I thought I would, with stuff that, because I discovered things that I didn't know existed. So we're gonna make sure it fits in my budget. I'm gonna write it down on my list, make sure it fits on my budget, and then we'll make adjustments as needed, where it's needed. So that is the end of part 2. I will see you guys for part 3, where we rewrite everything down as our choices and start making sure it fits in our budget and go from there.